You are listening to Let's Go, the weekly anime podcast about weekly anime from Drawn or Alive and Dynamite in the Brain. So come along and hang with the Let's Go gang. It's Dwayne,
Hello.
it's Niall,
Howdy.
and it's me, Brian. And we are all sweltering away as we talk about the anime that aired May the 16th to May the 22nd, 2026. Starting with Welcome to Demon School in Rubicon, Season 4, Episode 7, Lilith's Carpet. It's an accurate title, because that's what the episode is them singing a song for the entire bloody episode.
Dire thing, just a little bit of
It is.
preamble, but
It is funny the
it's-
way everyone's like, all the students and everyone in the thing is like, "Ah, fuck! I can't wait for the misfit class and their shenanigery," because they're always going. It's going to be good, and they do like a full episode length musical. So
complete number. But it gets its own credits within the credits.
yeah. It is really funny though, because obviously in Japanese they're the abnormal class, and just the entire audience going like abnormal, just chanting, like waiting for the show to start.
Well, we'll get to why I had the dub setting on earlier. So this went to the dub, and so I watched this last, and I still had the dub setting on because I've been watching other things dubbed. And so you get the bit with Porro fantasizing about his wonderful relationship with
the Demon King.
Derricula. That's how it's
Dergla.
It's like because obviously the name's flipped with the little impy guy who's in the ring.
Yeah, I think it's Derricula, like Dracula Derek.
Yes.
Is that right? Yeah.
It is, yeah. Because it's not quite Alucard Dracula, but it's close.
Yeah.
He's pondering that, and then then we get into this, and you think there's a problem, but it's all part of the show.
It is funny the way the teacher's like, "Are you guys having a fight on stage?" And then he's like,
Robin.
"Oh, it's part of the show." Like he gets it partway through. Yeah.
Yeah, sort of the way he moves off stage. Now, the wonderful thing when you watch it with the dub is once they start singing, it just says in the closed captions, "Singing in Japanese." You get none of the lyrics because they have not dubbed the song, and they have not given the closed caption company that they're using the lyrics to put in there, and they never will.
Yeah. The rights to the musical thing is different than dubbing rights, I guess. Yeah, could be that. Or laziness and lack of ability from
I think it's just because I think it's time because I think they're simul dubbing it. And they are going to the extent of doing English audio descriptions for that show. I didn't test out what that was doing, whether it's a woman's voice going, telling you which character is singing at each point. Quite possibly that might be what it is, which I hadn't seen that on Crunchyroll yet, which is that's a good thing to be doing. I think obviously Netflix are the leaders in that thing, where they try and any Netflix original, I think they promise to have audio description in the whatever the original language of the thing was.
Yeah. Well, the model they're using when they switched it there, however many weeks or months ago, that it's they took someone to the breakdown of the difference between that and known. It's more in line with what Netflix actually uses. So that's why it can do some things, but some old features it won't do anymore.
Okay.
So at which point I switched over to the Japanese because I was like, oh yeah, I'd like to know what they're singing about, which is it is basically the song is that she's being romanced by various characters representing each rank of the 10 ranks of Devildom.
So the ranking system, again, we're getting some lore drops in musical form of why those ranks are actually named after presumably specific people, at least from this history. Yeah.
If it feels like a demonic virtue you have to attain to kind of go up in that rank, clearly.
Because there's like greed, sexuality, or sensuality, whichever way they call it. I think it is sexuality they call it. Beauty, like it basically sins essentially, like like working your way through the ranks of the not the 7 sins, but like greedy demon type stuff. Like I think I'm great for XYZ, but that's not good enough for Lilith each time. It's like, well, he has this great demonic quality of being a selfish prick, but that's not good enough. He's going to need to have a little bit more. It's
and I like the way they represent why they're not good enough. Is not Elizabeth doing the lines about not being good enough. It is Caroli and Clara doing those lines. They're always
the Greek chorus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because eventually at level 9, it is like rejecting lovers and appreciating yourself, but then that's still not enough for Lilith. It must push through to 10, where will her mystery lover be? Well, it is the mysterious pixie who makes his appearance, and then yes, Sol just becomes more and more enamored with the limelight, and puts on a amazing show. Everyone cheers, and I love the bit of the zoom in on on nobody there, which is like clearly the dad.
Maybe Dad showed up after all.
Yeah, into like a wall basically, and this is like it's the dad, because it only emphasizes that later when the entire class is waiting for their pixie to take the trumpet, and everyone in the audience is like they're pausing for an awful long time, but yeah, they're there playing the trumpet, and it's nice, and even that rank 10 thing, I was like, so is there like all these demonic virtues of various kinds of sin and whatnot, but is like the 10th one this ethereal thing they haven't figured out yet, which is friendship or something? I don't fucking know. Like that's the thing.
I believe people have reached that before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the thing that the Demon King? Because the thing you see with the flashback at the start again with your man and with the Demon King, and it reminiscing of, it's like, oh, he was so lovely. Is kind of like everyone followed this guy, everyone liked this guy, and so is Aruma worthy because he's like, everyone thinks he's pretty cool and nice and fun to be around. It's not any specific. Yeah, and he's pretty good at the piano. Well, I mean, it is a piano that kind of plays automatically, but you have to learn how to use it. So yeah.
According to the wiki, there's 3 people who have been said to be at that rank. I don't know whether they've said it in the anime yet.
Okay.
I don't think
you can suss it out from the Hebrew letters.
Yes.
From what it might be.
I don't think that's the Aruma wiki does, because it's not as well filled in. I went to look up somebody on Marius Toxin, and I got a massive spoiler when I was looking up that.
Oh no!
The name of that character.
This week, Gero dies.
Yeah. It's very good. The song's very good. It works well for its purpose of having to fill an entire episode. I wouldn't put it on to bop to.
No.
Yeah, as musical episodes go, I'm not going to add any tracks to a playlist, but it is nice, and it has a nice enough different variances. I really like the models that they're using to like CG rotoscope an actual dance move. They actually work pretty well for all the different classmates.
They're really good. Like, you get like an episode length thing of that, where it's not all just like rigged up.
Yeah.
And as you know, I'm a hard son on musicals, but a big Aruma's the exception and proves the rule. I found that I'm fine when they do it, but it doesn't hit the same way anywhere else. So it's got something special. Spice, I attach to these, and I've seen all the hard work they did.
That's the thing. Yeah, it's built up this tournament arc pretty well.
But also, it didn't drag it out. Now the fun is in it. You saw some of the other performances. You get all the class are trying hard, but it's like, no, everyone settle down. Get the video cameras out. So you can almost hear the orchestra tuning up. It's just like, shh, the opera is about to begin.
Then, talking of contests, it's a Kanibanashi episode 7 Karaku Cup. It's all going down. We've got our Jimmy Olsen and his junior. I can't remember if she crops up all that much compared to him.
She's usually there with him.
But
recently in the comic, I haven't seen either of them really that much. Like, a bit of him.
They'll show up again at some stage, kind of thing.
Yeah.
She, as we see from this, she's more a fan of not Akane, but like another character in this.
And we get introduced to the upcoming rivals for the rest of the series.
Karashi, I've forgotten his civilian name. I only know that.
Yeah.
Yes. And Hikaru.
Garshi, he's the 3-time champ. He's won this contest like the prior 3 times, and he's an upcoming like guy to watch. A bunch of production companies want to sign him up to that kind of thing. He's doing very well for himself.
He's a bad boy of the Rakugo world.
Yeah, very much so, that attitude. Even the woman reporter is kind of like, oh, I know his kind. It's just everything comes easy to him, and he's just like he's just coasting through life. But because she's way more interested in the next main one, who is a super big voice actor. I think she's the main villain in their version of Precure. I think that's what's happening.
Yeah, Hikaru. Yeah. Well, just like the Precure, he was the bad one, was against him, but then flips to the other side. Halfway through.
The antagonist, or duo antagonist, whichever way you want to call it. And everyone, because there's a bunch of like voice actors and aspiring young people of various different stripes trying to get some recognition in this Rakugo competition. But even the other voice actresses and stuff is like, oh my god, can I shake your hand? Really excited to see her.
And Kimi Hisa, I think, is the writer. He's like, and he interviews Kaisei, who's the MC, and he's like, with all these people here, why did he say that this 16-year-old girl is the favorite? Who I've never heard of before.
Kaisa appears, he comes through the crowd, it's just like, hey, good to see you. And Hikaru, the voice actor, thinks, oh, she's probably talking to me. He's the one saying, Akane, how's it going? And she's like, what the fuck are you doing here? Because she's got her fists up ready to get one.
Because he went for the hug the first time he met her, is what she says. But yeah, because Akane just, like, again, she's kept out of shot. You the viewer, know who she is, but she's like, hey, you're I think the belt on the
obi is all like
the obi was a little crooked. Let me just fix that for you. And like blanked out, like it's like, oh, a random background character here to help me, the star. And it's like, no, this famous guy is here who you think is a rando. And so then she's like, this is my fucking rival in this contest. And more and more she sees the kind of is like, she's the one to watch. I gotta watch out for her.
I must break her.
But Krako's kind of like, she's no big deal. I got this in the bag, because the method she's come up with for winning, or for passing round 1 to get to the finals, is just sheer technical ability. I think is basically what she's going for, because that'll impress all these guys who have been to Rakugo clubs and have studied this story as a basic thing. It's like, no, she's just getting all the enunciation of this very long line correctly. So everyone's like, pretty good.
Then she speeds up, and it keeps going faster and faster.
Yeah.
Like, my God, if you listen close, she's taking less and less breaths until it's like there's no breath at all. She's just going high in the gears.
She says something that makes Koguma realize that she's figured out what he was trying to tell her. It's like, put it into words or something.
I figured out how to use the words, how the words work, or it's specifically because the other apprentice is kind of like, oh, she's just going faster and faster. That's not really doing the thing he said, but the thing she said and the way she's doing it is like, oh, she's got it figured out. Okay.
Oh yeah, and also because she's going to do something else. I think what she's saying is
that's
what
she's
saving
one,
for the final. Yeah.
Because I think like about 10 entrants get through. So like, no, you didn't need to top the heap there. You didn't need to blow them out of the water. You gotta keep your powder dry for round 2, because you don't see maybe any other performances, right? So you don't know what they've got in the pocket.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much of it is knowing where it's going and how much of it is the staging of the stuff. But the bit where Hikaru realizes why Akane's so far ahead of her already, and then the bit where Akane then goes back out the building. She doesn't even flinch at people crying around her. Those people mean nothing to her because she's so focused on what
it's kind
she's
of like she
aiming
has a
for.
look and go like, "Oh man, it sucks for you," but not in like in a shitty way. Just like she is entirely focused on her own goal. I think it's because it's not only that Akane hears her actual accent, which she's terribly embarrassed about because it makes it sound like she's from the country, and it's like, but no, she's a accomplished voice actor. She's not to fear. But she hears Akane's background of, oh yeah, my dad was a Rakugo. I learned from him. I've actually been learning this for a long time. I am studying under a master currently. And she's like, fuck, she's the main character. It's kind of like suddenly realizing that you're not you thought you were the main character of your life, but you're not the main character of this fucking show. Yeah.
And just as her goal as well, because like you get the sense like, oh, this like is a prestigious competition to wherein Hikaru was trying to. I'm going to show there's more like range than being just a voice actor and the model, and just like Renaissance woman. So like it's like Akane is focused on. Oh, I'm not here for any of that. I just want to ask this motherfucker a question.
That's the thing as well. She doesn't. She's not interested in the prestige of the prize or anything like. She's like, I had to ask my master permission to fucking go to this thing. I just want to have the fucking conversation. That's all I'm here for.
Yeah, and we also get Keisei wanting her to study under his master because he thinks you're going to catch up with me, and that's what I want. He wants somebody who is at his level who will push him.
Yes.
Further as well. Obviously, that will all get fleshed out. It's getting very fleshed out at the moment in the comic, which is why I feel like they've paced the comic, possibly wonderfully timed it, so that it lines up with the opening arc of the anime, so that you can see all these reverberations when you're reading the comic. You'll go, oh yeah, it's now lots of this stuff was here from day one, and now it's ringing out clearly in the comic.
Yeah. Even your comment when earlier about the like, oh, Karashi, like, draw saying, oh, it's easy to him before and said, no, it's just maybe not as easy as you think,
Yeah. It knows where it's kind of going, so it can lay the groundwork for what it's saying. Like to put it like in the comic that it is clearly. Why is this in Shonen Jump? It's like Akane in the comic has achieved Ultra Instinct, and for Rakugo.
And this week she gives it a stupid technique name.
That's
Goku.
Yeah. It is a fighting one, but the fighting is telling people a story as an art form. So yeah.
Well, that's even I know, like, because I'm just like reading the subtitles of while watching this, and like the Rakugo is capitalized. It's true, it's an art form. So it's just like the way it's like laid out in the phrase, you could replace that like, that's my my kung fu, like it needs to be like perfect. My kung fu is more loose. My kung fu is more assertive. It's like it's like he's comparing styles and families and schools against each other.
Anyway, this feels like it's hitting its stride now with this arc, which I think is kind of how the feeling I felt reading the comic as well.
Yeah. You could call this like a tournament arc because we're going to see multiple like Rakugo performances and variations on that.
Yeah, it's kind of that point in a Shonen Jump comic where it's like, okay, I think we're doing everything's going right now, so we can pull out a bigger, more ambitious story and introduce a whole bunch more characters. Because Marriage Toxins episode 7 is also very much along those lines. Where that one's like, let's widen out the world, and
what better way than a wedding?
Yes. Before we get to that, though, we've got to talk about Demons of the Shadow Realm, episode 7, Asa and Break. I love that the cliffhanger was, oh yeah, they killed me once already, and then what that means in this episode is like I could have never have guessed what it meant.
That's no, that's supposed to happen. Don't worry. Let me explain. Let's roll it back for you here.
So we get the thing of our main boy's his first inclination of someone with killing intent towards. Yeah, but the first intent of killing intent directed towards him, and he did stab him, but his father also shot him in the fucking head with an arrow from the side. It's just like, hey, sorry about that. That was some random bandit. And it's like, shouldn't we warn the village? It's like, no, don't worry, they won't find it. Don't tell the village you met a bandit.
Too much paperwork. You don't want to do that.
Do remember the killing intent. That's very important, because if someone comes out with you with that, don't fucking hesitate. Like that's important. So, and keeping all these secrets kind of thing, and they go visit the mom and the sister who is in a cage. This is the real version of the sister right now, and he kind of like leans into the mom and whispers something, and she has a face like she goes pale with kind of shock. It's like we're getting the fuck out of here kind of thing. I think was the roughly something along those lines anyway. Because this was like, because he said it was shortly before the parents and the sister left the village where he learned this kind of thing. But yeah, she has her own towards fucking tale to tell that parents went missing. She was kidnapped and murdered by a couple of the village assassins, I think she just calls them, because and this is, according to Kaikaku, this is part of the fucking thing to activate break. She has to die once to activate it, I think, is how everyone seems to understand how it works anyway.
Yeah,
but not
they seem
exactly
to be
the
like
specifics.
there is like a demon at the end, and in this dimension, but
just one though.
It's just they're seen on a separate, like and there was like another one for Seal in its own dimension, but here hasn't accessed it yet because he hasn't died.
Yeah, it's like on a road suspended in space of skulls leading up to an island made out of skulls, and it's just demon going like, "Hey, how's it going?" So you got two options. Number one, you can just fall off that bridge and die, grand, because that's the way you got stabbed. That's what'll happen. Number two, you can take break. Like, I'll give it to you. And she's like, is my brother okay? Does he have a thing? And she's like, I have no idea. I'm the break demon. Your brother was be dealing with the seal demon. That's not really my thing. So the opposite number to, because it's only a singular demon. Presumably the other half is for the other twin, is how it's supposed to work. Yeah.
Yeah. And just seeing how other demons, we've seen one like well, actually we've seen a couple of contracts made where it's just like it's more straightforward. Okay, you're bound by well, go with God. This has a lot more of like I'm not sure what I'm signing up for here exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm being coerced into it. It's either
if you
do
don't
this
sign
or
up
die.
for it, oblivion. Basically, that's the option.
Why you two kept separated? Like, is there a reason for that?
Yeah.
And the demon's got some personality because Asa thinks she's in hell, and she's like, "Why do you think you'd be going to hell? And what have you been doing out there that makes you think you're going to be going to hell?
You're a kid. What the fuck did you do?" Like, yeah.
Also, the demon's like, it's got an arm coming out where the face should be. You can't see the face.
Yeah, it's like
covered by a
cloth
mask with an eye painted on it.
It looks human shaped until like an arm comes out to extend the offer
hair,
where an arm shouldn't be.
It looks hair which looks normal until you go further down the hair, and it ends in like animal insect mandible pincers. And it floats.
There's something off.
Doesn't have any legs.
Off.
Yeah, there's lots off, but it seems very friendly.
And it's offering to die or superpowers, so it's just like, wow, what a deal.
And then we meet the two schlubs who killed her, and despairing that everything's gone wrong and we've accidentally killed her and she's not got her powers.
Like, I thought you were supposed to come back. It's like, yeah, and it's like, well, fuck, we're in trouble now. To that, she's tied to a chair, bleeding out, but she breaks her own bonds and then breaks them for good measure. So yeah,
they come find her eventually. That's just the fucking bloody heads.
Yeah, it's Gabby who finds her again. Like, Gabby seems to have a lot of fondness for her. It's like, you didn't need to sully your hands. We're the guys who do all the killing. So, and like, okay, fair enough. You're one of us now in a way that I wasn't really looking forward to. But
they're probably around the same age, and just Gabby is just like, much more hard bitten.
She's been in it
Christ,
longer.
kid, what have you done to yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
she doesn't seem to have lost the eye. Like, she got her throat cut or something.
The
eye is
weird.
Like glowing from the break.
Yeah,
whatever
it
the
probably
power
just
is,
needs to be kept under wraps. Actually, the demon compliment her on her. You get beautiful eyes. It's a shame I have to occupy one and make it all corrupted.
We then sort of get the idea that Jin and the blonde guy and then another guy who we've not met yet are all half brothers. I think they're.
There's some kind of relation. Yeah. I wasn't expecting your man's plan to be to walk up to the front door, ring the doorbell, and goes like, "Hello, I'm here to pick up my boy."
Yes. But first, Jin's like, "Asuma, where were you during the fight?" And he goes, "I was asleep. Why you wake me up?"
And nearly to like corroborate his story, another guy shows up, a big heavy lad, who's kind of like, "Where were you?" It's like, "Oh man, I deadlined, so I was out, I was conked." And it's like, "Well, congratulations, I finished the deadlines, but we did get attacked last night, so we could have probably used a body around."
They've told Derek to wait, and they told the blonde guy not to kill him after.
And I wasn't gonna. he's in trouble for killing the one guy he shouldn't have.
But
on
then,
a night where you're allowed to kill people, but
hosing them down off that front gate.
Yeah. Then Dad's home, and then they're shocked to find that Dad's given Dara a lift.
A lift from the front, yeah.
From the front door. And then they're just like, yeah, all these guys want to kill me.
Someone's remarking, "Oh, they're getting on very well." Fun saying, "No, if you know bloodlust, you get this. You can feel the aura emanating off of them." Why didn't you tell me about all of this? It's just like, says you were the Dara. It's like, well, if you knew you could kill yourself once or die and come back to life, you'd probably be very reckless, and there's no guarantee you will come back to life. So that's
because the last time it's like 800 years since these twins appeared. Like left and right say, it's like the last time it happened, only one of the twins came back. So it's like, oh, so yeah, you're not necessarily. Some might figure out what the deal of the contract is and decide death. Actually, I'll just take that instead. Yeah.
So why don't we hash this out over some hash browns, everybody? Hey, who's coming for breakfast? We'll see we'll see. We'll both go to one side and we'll call them and see who your comes to.
Yeah, I think that's the only decent way to do it.
Yeah, because it's not just Dara that he's asking that question to. He's also asking left and right that, isn't it? And they also, they're the ones who say they're the ones because they're the only ones who would know.
They were there. Was it 400 years? I think I said 800.
Yeah, 400 years was one of the twins.
They were there at the time. Yeah.
They have breakfast and Assa's falling back into her brother complex again. Breakfast with brother.
all my Japanese mangas are coming true.
But yeah, really good episode because I was not expecting that plot twist of what the death involved, and the fact it was very interesting as well as to the break demon is an interesting character in of itself, and you're like, what's its deal, and will we ever even see it again to know what its deal is?
Yeah, and presumably once we do have the other half, it'll make a little more sense as to why this is so dangerous and so coveted to have both break and seal. Yeah,
I think that's possibly way off in the distance, though.
Yes, yeah.
I forget this is going over 2 cores, but obviously the thing's still running. There's a lot of things going over 2 cores. I did look at what to add next season, and I think there's probably only Ghost in the Shell. I think everything else is either things returning or things carrying on ongoing. That makes 6 shows plus Candy Carey's, and I was like, yeah, that's probably enough.
That's fine. Yeah.
Summer didn't used to be like this. This used to be a sweet fuck all.
I know. There is so much stuff still. I was like, I'm not going to even look at it. I've got it all marked down as possibilities, but I was like, I'm not even going to consider it. I think Ghost in the Shell looks so good that really nothing's going to edge it out. Talking of things which will be continuing into that season, Digimon Beat Break, episode 31, 1 step forward, 2 steps back, opposites attract. This guy's a glitch.
He's so cute, though.
Cute. I mean, like, he looks like some freaking part of Exodia or something like that. He's got the themed eyeball thing, but it's also one of those Digimon who has the same name no matter what level it's up. That's how you know it's weird. Like, it doesn't work properly.
It just gets bigger and
bigger with the same name. And freakier, I think, each time, because initially it's just like a little jellyfish looking thing. I guess it continues the weird sea creature theme, but like in the more horror kind of thing. Yeah.
No cyborg arms though. I suppose it jumped straight from champion to ultimate, from like rookie to ultimate, so you didn't see the cyborg arm phase. The whole. But Lassie is still like poor little girl. She's so traumatized from school. She can't even go outside. Digimon is her only friend.
And the only reason she could get herself to pull outside from getting bullied at school is because her Digimon wanted to see the ocean, because it's a jellyfish-looking thing. And kind of like our boy is just like, hey, he's cool. He knows everything about Digimon. He's got his own Digimon. It is chatty. It has licked you several times in the course of this conversation. So you know he's grand. He's not going to take your Digimon. And initially that's fine until they go and get a job, or specifically get this fucking Digimon. It's incredibly dangerous. It causes an EMP that knocks out a huge area. It was a disaster in America, because you're thinking like, I was just thinking, oh yeah, sure, it'll knock out a bunch of hospitals and stuff. But then I forgot everything's digital. All the cars are self-driven. I forgot how fucking big the delivery drones were. They're just helicopter size. So like that's bad when those start crashing out of the air. Yeah, extremely bad. And you've just everyone looking at their eggs going, oh, my egg's not working, which less of a problem, but still, yeah.
And Rose has sent one of the Blackthorns.
Yep. Sailor Uranus, Sailor Neptune, arrive on the scene.
yeah.
I do hope Rose isn't the predatory lesbian villain, but she might be.
I mean, yeah, I mean, like her goons are themed that here are two women. One of them is going to be the dude, and they're into each other. Because initially it seems like they're kind of argumentative, but towards the end it's like, oh no, these two are a romantic pairing. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. I think one is I want to call it like a dandelion. It looks like a cat that's a flower, and the other one has like a flower woman.
Yeah, one of those one of the
original ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a different evolutionary line, I guess, from the original.
Yeah,
I don't remember what that one's called. I know it turned into a cactus with boxing gloves, which I was like, great fucking design. I guess we can't do that one again.
It turned into more like a flower lady, like that last year. But it's like,
yeah.
No, it's fun as a boxing glove cactus.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one,
Arurabon. Okay, is that I think that's the one from the original.
Okay.
No, I'm wrong. Not from there after all. Okay, I thought just looked familiar to me, but apparently not.
Like Lilymon is the top evolution. I can't remember the rest of them.
Yeah.
If I was at the end, this is the one I was struggling to remember because I watched it so long ago.
And... It was the idea
that it goes on a rampage.
It goes on a rampage, pulls them all into the digital world. It has a million tentacles that is holding everyone back from doing their super moves, and also causing EMP fucking damage everywhere across the real world. And we have the main team kind of like going like, where the fuck are they? They're obviously in a hole in the ground, but we can't really track them because all the lights are off in the city, in the general area, and there's chaos and pandemonium, and we have to...
Yeah. You have
we have to cut a bus in two to stop it crashing into someone. I guess as long as everyone stays in their fucking seats, it's a self-driving bus, so it'll be fine. Even though like a lot of people were in that bus crash, essentially.
Wolverine is shooting falling drones out of the air.
Yeah.
It's they're doing that.
So I assume the pay that they'll be getting for this will be offset by the amount of damage that they've caused to the public infrastructure at the same time, leaving them.
A lot of rescues are performed. Thank you.
Yeah. And they ended up taking him to the home for lost Digimon babies.
It was the idea where, like, I'm not going to kill your thing. The other two, the beautiful thorns or whatever they were called, are like, we're going to delete him. And the little girl's like, no, don't delete him. But currently she's been cold-hearted. It's just like, no, we're going to save both the little girl and the Digimon. That's what we do. Which they do with, turning into a giant T-Rex with rocket boots. What else? How else would they do it?
And then at the end, she leaves the house on her own to go and see all the Digimon at the Digimon house, and tells the would-be love interest to Tomoro, who lives are they next door neighbors? Am I remembering that correctly?
Yeah, they live in the same complex, I think.
The everyday schoolgirl lives next door to this little munchkin.
Yeah.
I don't think there wasn't any gift stuff in this, was there? It was.
I think we should introduce these
but that's
these agents basically. Of the world.
Yeah. Unless Rose turns out to be in charge of gift, I think they're just going to be other people hunting down gift, which presumably will be that other girl. Because she's in the credits and she hasn't done much yet. So she must be in disguise in other episodes. Next week they're fighting a ninja.
Cool.
Sweet. Ninjamon. Shinobimon.
Oh, I think there's a Leomon in it, so like, don't get attached.
he makes it on to the end, but then he just chokes on a bone at the slap up dinner. Like, no, come on.
Not again.
Why did Gun die so young?
Then we got Nippon Sengoku, episode 7, the Kanazawa Night Raid. You've set up a perfect plan. You've led them into your trap. What could possibly go wrong? Well,
push for a little more.
Yes. Do try and show off in front of your general who's not here.
Defy orders. She'll understand. She wrote me a letter. We are so tight.
The main thing that I gave him a slight deference for was him pointing out to his men and to himself, all we've done so far is have them beat the shit out of me and party all night. Like that's been my contribution to the war so far. I want to do something. I want to do some fucking actual shit.
Yeah. That's his mistake. He should have been happy just to party.
God. It's just like he's saying all this now, like, and you see this like insert shot of like he keeps the letter on the inside pocket of his jacket, and when he gets shot later on, and say, "Well, that fucking letter didn't stop no bullet, then did it, pal?" You know?
Yeah, right, that's definitely the placement. All right, yeah.
We get some Kaku and Ryamon discussing what Taira's going to think of their temporary retreat, and what's her name? Wajima is going to.
Oh, Wajima,
yeah.
They're making kind of inroads down, and you kind of see while your lads there who are being wined and dined up in the castle, they're basically hostages. Some were really fucking caught like lots of different ways here.
And they have their army spread out in like all the hotels in town, so you just have the guards going like sneaking out. It's like no guns or like fire hours or shit. We're going to do this subtly. You walk in, you slit their throat, you get the fuck out. Like so, this walking into their hotel rooms, like assassinating the entire army one by one, essentially.
Well, before we get that, though, we get like Tamaki and
that's the plan anyway.
Sugo. Tamaki's going to change Sugo's clothes, and then we learn about Tamaki and like how he has to subjugate himself for the sake of his family to Taira.
In this world of new old Japan, it's hard as a black guy to get work, man. I gotta just keep my head down and fucking thing. And man's just like, yeah, but that's the very thing that you have to keep your head down and do this stupid fucking plan. So you're kind of locked in. Like
from a child, let's say. Like, was like a fair cop. He has me tied up in ropes, so we got the best of both of us.
Yeah, and they talk about family as well, which obviously is going to be important when our little snot-nosed kids and Sugo bombed.
Well, poor Tamaki's like, I've bitten our first child any day now. Hope nothing bad happens to me out here on this war front.
Answers the door to the guard who's back with their stuff and is just like, nope, he gets taken out immediately. And I was like, fucking hell. I forget how brutal the show can be, and it is often that, but yeah.
What's brutal is what fucking Sugo does to them next, because he's just like, even tied up, he's just lacing kicks into them like he's Kenshiro. I've struck his solar plexus. If you don't get him to a doctor straight away, he might die.
Yeah, he won't be able to breathe. If you get him to the doctor now, I'll let you all live. And they're just like, I don't think the situation you understand where you're in. And he's like, oh yeah, and proceeds to kick, because his arms are still tied, the shit out of them, to the point where he actually lets himself get stabbed in one arm, so he's close enough to nut the dude. And I was like, that's fucking badass. But one of the guys is about to take a shot on him, but our snot-nosed general has shown up to save the day / get revenge, and then be convinced, is like, dude, you also fucked up. You should be mad at you. And he's like, yeah, I'm mad at me and my dad for putting me in this precarious situation.
Dad said this wouldn't happen out here. So time for me to admit I'm a stupid child and I must defer to an adult in this case.
And as this guy has said, I think he said he's got 3 kids. He's just like, with arms stabbed and all, he's kind of like, yeah, I'm just going to hop this kid up my back and piggyback him to safety. We'll get also as many of our men out as we can.
He's got like, he got like a wound on his leg. All his guards were killed. All my guards stayed behind so I could escape. He's fucking like a little child in the middle of this.
Yeah, and he's upset because of Tamaki's dead, because he considered Tamaki a genuine friend. Because he's not been raised to be, bizarrely, he's not been raised to be racist, and he's just a kid who He's been promoted beyond his, and also basically just being used as a pawn by his dad. Really is entirely.
He's not your daddy. I'm your daddy.
Yes.
I wonder if like the part of not being raised to be racist and stuff is part of their army's thing of being a meritocracy. So like someone can actually rise through the ranks despite what ethnicity or whatever they are.
That's probably something like, because a lot of the historical records of world battles are going to be about this Oda Nobunaga character. He was like was celebrated and like and all these old things, and he like puts more people based on their skill and ability. Yeah, maybe we should do that too.
Yeah, but they get caught by Nagao, and you think Nagao's about to shoot them, so Go tries to cover Tonosugu's body to protect him, and instead the bullets are from another gun. Second time this episode. It's Nakamine, a guy who we've had mentioned.
It's a cliche, but it's a good one.
Yet he's been mentioned earlier in the episode as well.
The guards were just like, "Hey, are we ready to fucking do the raid?" And there's just like any things. It's like there's been a weird long-haired dude wearing like a fucking nasty robe wandering around. It's like
probably just some homeless vagrant. Never mind that. It's just when the Nagao being careless, being cocky, fun, saying, "Oh yeah, that couldn't." There's something weird happening on a perimeter. Yeah, it's probably just some homeless guy.
Just one guy. Just one guy. What can he do? Shoot me 3 times?
2,000 soldiers we weren't accounting for.
Who then go into the town and kill all of you.
Whoops. Oh well. We do get a check in on the general and his military advisor. I do like the fact that
back in Osaka, Yoshitsune and Musume are like surveying the protests that have suddenly erupted like almost out of nowhere, right here in the place. Like the phone saying, "Yeah, fuck those fucking invading barbarians, just kill all the buggers." It's like, how did word get out so fast about that? It's almost like somebody is fomenting this for their own ends. And who do you think is sneaking enough to do that? Well, it's old fat ass,
because it's. But it doesn't make quite sense for him to be, because his assumption is that Wajima would want him to activate for there to be a demand to war, to force Taira to mobilize, leaving the capital unprotected, so that she can move in. So that's why like which one of them is behind the protests?
It gives pretense to Taira, because it's also Ryuman he's in the outskirts, he's away from. It's like, oh well, Ryuman is not here. This is an emergency, my emperor. You can see that, right? We must go counter these invading forces.
And at that point he realized the clouds go over them, and then he realizes what Kaku meant with his cryptic words and runs off and apologizes that they can't go out for frog meat curry.
Those frogs gave me a good idea.
Because it was some kind of clue about like the frog spawn and the wood that burns, or it was esoteric, but it was enough hints for him to go, "Oh, I got it. That's the plan." Yeah.
So they've that's where we leave it. What has he figured out? And I've held off watching the next episode, but it's a struggle. I really wanted to watch the next episode.
Yeah, this one was really solid. Like I think it does a good job of the old fashioned, like the methods in army and how you can fuck up a very simple thing. You had it in the bag, but you fucked it up through just overreach slightly.
Yeah, but then it kind of on the opposite end of that is this. All of that can be accounted for Golden Kamuy style. You have one badass.
Yes.
So it's like a Kaku that's like can take and lick it and keep on taking and just fucking keep on going.
Actually, we also see the fort, the castle, the last day that was taken. They have a box. Presumably, it has the Castilian's head in it. They're just like, "Yep, we won that one."
Oh, they got his, and I think 12 more. They said so. They're fucking ravaging down the country.
Yeah, we get an idea of what kind of damage they're cutting through. Yeah.
There we get Witch Hat Italia, episode 8, The Misgivings of the Knights Morales.
We have one rule, our number one rule in Quippy's Atelier: we do not talk to the cops. All right, none of you.
What if they're trying to erase your memory? What, like, I mean, we should probably interfere, right? Run a little
Well,
bit of
no,
interference.
that's the initial thing, but then it keeps happening throughout the rest of the episode. We do not talk to the cops, all right?
But also, we're going to lay down a lot of the themes of the series in this one episode. It's like, you used that magic to fix that banner. Why can't you use my magic to fix this kid's legs?
How magic works?
Crushed.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why can't we use it to fix this kid's eyes? That doesn't. Can't do that either. And of course, you've got Queefery constantly going, avoid. We don't want to have to wipe people's memories. Don't just wipe these girls' memories. You've got to have actual proper evidence before you try to do anything. Talks them down, and then right at the end of the episode, but me, I get to choose to wipe people's memories whenever I like.
Yep. I'm doing it for a good reason. I'm trying to stop something bad happening.
For like official reasons, you need to be very cautious about wiping people's memories. But if you're a vigilante like me, that's grand.
This is if got a clue on that, like ink bottle Coco has, like, you're a novice, you couldn't possibly have destroyed an entire river and turned it into sand. It's just like, yeah, but this is not a normal bottle, and it takes it to get examined. And it's like a magic bottle that's being fed from, like, basically through a portal with different kind of ink that's been laced with the blood of an evil witch. And this is like, they're on the other side of this fucking bottle, man. They're right there. Like, I'm so close, and they're right through here.
It's a literal connection to them. So yeah,
and just that has made him go like conspiracy crazy. It's like, I gotta do this, man.
I gotta lead on them. I can't give this to the cops. I gotta follow up this lead. So therefore,
cops,
old man,
they'll only follow it up. Yeah.
You need to forget everything you just saw. But I'm not. I'm going to forget.
What big flash of light up in the room just now? Where's Master Queefery? Queefery? Flash of light? What do you mean, my boy?
What's a truck? He's very much so like, oh, that's bad, because Queefery's literally doing the opposite of what he was informing the cops was bad, and don't fucking do that to random girls that you find and haven't listened to. I did like it. Even he has some cool lines of it's like, you talk a lot for a guy who doesn't listen, kind of thing, because the head wizard cop is just basically going like, hey, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong.
I've got my eye on you. It's the best I can do when they leave empty-handed.
Yeah, I get old Rugio has to shout at them and goes, you're too busy arguing if you're going to actually help all these normal people here who need help.
Yeah, the girls are on the ground, like, actually helping them out of the, I guess it's a sandbank more so than a river now, but yeah.
The other kids stand up as well to them, and I watched. I made the mistake of watching this in the dub version, and
yep.
Oh boy, there's some accents there.
I give it a go after you saying it. And I was like,
yeah. Old Rugio.
Audrey Hepburn and Elijah Doolittle kind of shit?
No, it's old Rugio. They've tried to give a Yorkshire accent to, but it's off.
Yeah.
The old man and the kid and the old man at the shop, they've got Irish accents. Yeah. They've got bad Irish accents.
That's kind of weird because that's kind of weird. Maybe it's just going to do it because I don't know. Maybe it's the way that his words when I was reading the manga. It's like in my head, he could sound like an Irish guy. This is kind of turn of phrase right here. Yeah, it's great. He's going to be my voice for him is going to be an Irish accent then. Okay.
Yeah, because these are all accents being done by people from Texas. For the most part.
Yeah, this is because I was half thinking, I was trying to identify your man's accent. I was like, what the I thought it was like supposed to be Welsh for a second. I couldn't put a finger on it because it's someone who's not from there. It's not like where like in Elden Ring where they got a bunch of like, actually I think a lot of the actors in that are Welsh or British.
Yeah, I think
in general. So they got them in. Do your natural accent and it sounds great. It's like these are people going like, oh mate, I'm going down to bed. It's like I'm doing a bad job of it. I'm not a professional. I'm not claiming that I can fucking do the accent. That's what you shouldn't do.
Hey up, we don't want bringing the law down here.
Might as well be, yeah.
Basically. Pretty kind of, yeah. It feels like specifically he's trying to do a Sean Bean impression.
Yeah.
So I just watching Red Riding compulsively. It's in here somewhere. I can crack this.
And it feels like the script's been altered as well, specifically to add sort of the dialect. So
yes, yeah.
But it's bad. It's bad. I did check it out originally on the first episode because people in Discord, Americans, were saying it's very fun that they've given all these people European accents, and I watched it. I was like, those aren't European
Hey,
accents.
I'm a
And there's someone that really took me aback at what's the little witch with she's got the long hair.
Oh yeah, her voice is horrible.
She's like an old lady. It's weird, man. It's like
diabolical, her voice. And the pink-haired one's got like the highest pitched squeaky voice imaginable. And
the standard anime girl voice.
And then the stoic one is like it's like smoking 40 a day.
She's like that, but posh. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
is what they're going for.
It's bad, man. It's bad. Of the dubs I saw, that was definitely the worst. Good episode though.
Yeah, really good.
And sometimes it's fun.
That's like it is like the kind of tone of it is very like don't just like a very kind of light fantasy air towards like maybe a little bit towards younger readers. Then the edge comes into it and saying, oh yeah, it's also like a famous story from Japan, and they just don't hold it back sometimes, and it's just like whoosh,
yeah.
Like
you really gets into the whole witch bigotry, I guess you could call it.
Yeah, because this is the first one where you could see why there's a reason the brimmed cap witches exist is because of magic not being. We'll only go so far to help the common man with magic.
And even the evil witch who's like, yes, I'm pouring my blood into this bottle, so she has infinite ink on the opposite side in her bottle, and is like, and secrets must always come out. Like, it's just like, are you doing this for the benefit of people? Like, is that the thing? You have to think it's like, it seems maniacal and evil, but it's like, yeah, it would be nice if you could just magically cure someone, right? That would be a good thing to do.
This is something like, why couldn't like magic take away like my father's disease, and like why couldn't it do it? And then that would drive somebody like out of desperation to like try and do this thing. So there's like
and the thing is, magic is available to everyone. All you need to do is be able to draw a fucking circle. You're most of the way there, like
So while they're doing like malevolent things, there will be like, I suppose, a tragic backstory as to why they even do that.
Yeah, and there'll be there's some tragic backstory for Qufry, where we see why is he breaking the rules himself in order to chase after these people who broke the rules.
And the kid who got his legs crushed, we'll see him again.
Yes.
Just on that.
Yeah, this was again. It felt like the world is broadening a bit just from seeing the different viewpoints and how they don't all can't coexist peacefully.
Because when he goes for the excuse of, I forgot to pick Coco up a pen, I'm just gonna bounce to my fucking like investigative crime scene thing. Like, don't worry about it. And she's talking to the kid, and it's just like, wow, you get to do magical stationery. What's that ink do? What's that ink do? And he's like, that one does this thing. That does invisible ink. And a bunch of them get knocked off the shelf. He's like, I don't know which one's which. I got magical color blindness, and therefore they won't let me be a real witch. They'll only let me sort the stationery shop out. Which is like, that kind of sucks, man. It's just like, because that seems like a thing. You could probably cure it with some magical glasses or something, but nope, not allowed.
It's not a one-to-one, but compare and contrast with like my academia trying to show like an equal society with access to these amazing abilities.
Then we've got Marriage Toxin, episode 7, The Bugmaster's Wedding, in which we learn about the Bugmaster, what a great guy he is, and I guess we are introduced to the villain of the series, a weird robot puppet master who turns a man into a bomb.
It
didn't do a good enough job, so he has to do it again. Again and again.
It does a bunch of inversion things where initially, like, she didn't go like, it was like, oh, we're gonna go to the wedding. That's a great place for meeting like people that you go out with. It's like, I do not want to go to the Bugmaster's wedding. It's like, no, there's a butterfly here for you, and it's just like an entire like lovely composed invitation to his wedding, and it's just like, I gotta go. That was so polite.
He's pretty nice. Yeah, it's like, you guess like a little bit. I kind of wish there was a bit more happening like with the wedding, because like a lot of it is sidelined as this that. The cyborg bomb. Got cyborg dude with bombs in his limbs who hates the world and wants to get back at it. I'm gonna fucking get back at Bugmaster and ruin his wedding, because he took pity on me when I tried to kill him before, and I've ever since that day I've sworn revenge on him. And Garrow
it's the thing of like
goes out and
you're
fights
seeing.
to stop it.
Yeah, we have to do the action shit. We have to do the cool fight and the strange fucking shit going on there because the wedding is delightful. It's just lovely. It's just a really nice wedding, basically. It's like, oh, it's going to be covered in bugs. It's like, oh wow, it's like being in those the butterfly house, that kind of thing. It's just like this is really nice. You got all bug themed rides that the kids are on. You have Needlemaster there who has these 3 sprogs just like hanging on and swinging all over him. It's like this is great.
It's things like that. Like I wanted to say a bit more of so like because like when romantic comedy, like it's like he's trying to find like a date. This is a wedding script to do it. Like he didn't get so much of it. And it was touching and heartful. He wants to go out and fight this dude. Doesn't spoil his best friend's wedding day. It's really nice. With that, and then I suppose for what could have been like a light wedding day, dropping again some more information about like there's fucking like a massively tiered society in the assassin world. That's actually technically the Poison Master is at the top because I guess they're one of like the oldest forms of killing somebody. So even my family is a subsidiary because like poisoning a bus came later on, but they got better at it. Even Needlemaster, he's a sub as like have a door down the ranks because needles you need poison on them to work, so they kind of rule the roost.
It's the idea that because they're asking like the guys is like, oh, you're a master too, just like him. And it's like no. So Bugmaster usually was like getting venom and toxins and stuff and passing them on to the Poison Master, and Needlemaster passes the needles on. Like we're good at one kind of thing. The Poison Master is good at all of those things in combination. Like that's the culmination of all the branch families kind of work. So we are super down low on the rung. And the reason why I'm a decent guy to this day is because as a kid, when he met me, he didn't think I was a shit. And therefore, I was going to treat him right. And I'm always going to treat everyone right. I learned my lesson from this cool kid that is Garrow. And because Garrow just doesn't see them as lesser. He sees them as like equals and cool guys who are his friends.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
He's a bit more easygoing than his twin brother, who is this like, oh, very good, boss. Yes, of course, boss. Here, allow me and my bird to die for you and anything you want, whenever you want us to.
I think it's worse. I think that's his dad.
No, that's his dad. Like his dad's at the wedding, like the guy with the scorpion tattoo. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't factor it because they look exactly like
they look the same. They got the same face mask. Oh, and the other things is again, like I like that we don't like. There's a lot of simple jokes. Like we never see him. We see him take off the mask to kiss, but we don't see him like without the mask. It's just like that's not our business.
Hey, only his beautiful new bride gets to see that now.
Because when he was like really like nervous lifting her veil and like she's just smiling. I was like, oh, is she gonna lift that? And we're gonna see that fucking whatever's going on with that spider he keeps in his mouth or something. It's like no, we never get to see.
It's probably just the rest of the tattoo, and it's just like it doesn't age well over time. This is how it is.
But how it is the spider that lives in his mouth or nose or I don't know what's going on there. It's what is it called? It's like Sarah or something like that.
Julia Jr. is the one.
Julia Jr. is the pink spider that jumps onto our boy and goes like, "What's that, Julia Jr.? There's trouble. All right, I better go out." And Julia Jr.'s eyes flash like Kamen Rider to signal what it's saying. I think it's a. I was going to say regular size spider. It is a tarantula. It's a big spider.
It's a cartoon tarantula. So
I have to say this
all the very realistically rendered, like beautiful moths that were sent as the invites.
I have to say this because Bugmaster like flies in with like a giant butterfly attached to his back, really gracefully. But then you're like, the butterfly just shuffles to the side. And like that thing would look fucking horrific. But I'm glad you didn't focus on that.
The birds fly off on honeymoon at the end of the thing as well. It's like okay, that's how you had to get around.
Yeah.
And
Superman carried.
Kinosaki ends up reading Garrow's speech because Garrow's too busy fighting this poor bloke who's been turned into a living weapon and doesn't realize.
I thought they were going to like just make something up, say something nice, but it is a genuinely lovely speech that he's written that they're reading out for him. Which it's good.
Then I think the main purpose of this though is to set up the world better by saying there are these 5 families at the top. Name them all, show all their symbols, and explain how other specialists are below some
like sub-families that like
sub-families off, but there's like other ones which just aren't at that level.
Like Watermaster
like
might
completely unaffiliated as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a little bit more of the world, because again, this is why it felt to me like, oh, this is the point in the Jump comic where you go, we're doing pretty well. We can now explain the world. We don't have
the confidence. Yeah.
we don't have to rely on thrill power and make it exciting anymore. We could slow down a little bit, explain it in a short burst, and then we'll get on to the next would-be bride.
Yeah, and again a little bit at the end too, where it does like another like organization out there, or seemingly like the hitmen who target other hitmen and take them on.
Yeah.
Like a guy is like up a spear in like a underground car park, and a guy on the phone with a bloody knife and saying, "Yeah, he's just like a regular dude with a spear. Wasn't anything special about him. Actually, he's just that one was easy."
Actually, yeah.
Okay, Spearmaster off the list. I sent you a new list. Here, let's go get cracking on these hitmen and take them out.
Obviously, we recognize Garo on the list as he's scrolling through the phone. Yeah,
and so does he. He's like Garo, the Poison Master. Yeah.
But our would-be assassin of the Bugmaster this episode, he was a guy who had nothing to live for, so he sold his body to Puppet Master, who replaced his hands and feet and head with bombs that he could explode by biting down on one of his teeth, kind of thing. And he's just like, brilliant! I have something to live for. I love punching a guy and then exploding my own arm. But Poison Master gave him a hug, disarmed the bomb with a bee, and is like, don't worry, you got something to live for. All right, bye. I'm gonna. Sorry, Poison Master. Bugmaster said that, and he's like, I'll get revenge on you for not letting me kill you and kill myself. But then he sees the beautiful wedding at the end, and he's like, I can't fuck with that. He looks so happy.
Okay, I don't feel so bad about spotting that spoiler now, because I realise that there is a visual clue.
Okay.
And it's a visual clue I should have picked up on. And maybe you'll figure it out as well, but I can't remember how far into Karakuri Circus you watched.
I thought I watched the whole thing, didn't I?
I think it's a Karakuri Circus.
You did, and you related your feverish like experiences about it to me.
I did. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I just realised there's a character who looks like a character in Karakuri Circus, and I was like,
okay, cool.
Okay, yeah. So I think you're supposed to be able to figure out who the do they call him the Puppet Master in this?
Puppet Master. Yeah.
Well, they're all something master, and Puppet Master is an already existing term, so I think we're good. Yeah.
Yeah. We only see it like through a synthesized voice in a robot, don't we?
Kind of robot-looking face. It's like one of those like very blank statue masks. Couldn't do it. Otherwise, a very nice wedding. Bugmaster's nice dude, and just with the mask and kind of like the facial kind of features and all the
scars and the
flying around.
Tattoos
it's like the pain from Metal Gear Solid 3. It's just like, oh, I'm glad he found someone and
good for him.
Didn't die in a jungle in Russia somewhere.
Then finally, Candy Carey's episode 6, Catch the Tooth Thief. Somebody stealing teeth before the Tooth Fairy can get to them. Who is it? It's mice.
What with mice? What with teeth?
They've built a house.
Built a house for the babies.
Fine.
Okay.
We'll let
we forgive you.
They will take the entire house to the pound, where you apparently will be eaten by cats.
Like just the kind of smash cut of the mice going like, really, you forgive us? Like they don't say anything, they just squeak everything. They're mice. But like, and then the shot of their house with the bars on it is like, welcome to cat hell. Population you.
Well, you got with a fat stack of money. Like, yes, the Tooth Fairy give us some money after all.
We're also introduced to a child who is a shark.
Yeah. I mean, her boyfriend is a fish. Like, that's not the most unusual thing we've seen. Yeah.
It's a shark with a bow in her hair. Someone pointed out in the comments, it's great to be a shark when there's the Tooth Fairy in the world, because you'll constantly be getting money from the Tooth Fairy.
That's true. Yeah.
It's like having a printing press in your own mouth. Nice little details there of the kids' toys are used in a kind of contraption to capture the mice in a thing. But the little remote controlled truck that she borrows there, it's a mole truck.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
they're like woo woo woo, but we get big noises.
Yeah. It's good stuff, and again, just looks really good. I did manage to get my nephew to watch this. I just had to read out what they were saying, and he's like, "Why isn't it in Irish?" And I was like, "We don't speak Irish, man. I don't know how to explain this to you." But people speak different languages in different places. He was still like enthralled by the look of it because it just looks great. Yeah.
Yeah, like a nice little thing of like having the day to night just be on a carousel. It's like,
yeah.
Very good stuff.
Delightful as always.
Is there anything else you want to talk about now? We've stopped because we talked about so much stuff last week. You wanted to go to bed.
Things I've been looking at. We're talking about Patlabor soon, but that's been nice to like go back to again. And I'd forgotten just how much of it I'd actually watched it. I obviously went through the whole thing, and it's like, yeah, I guess Patlabor was one of my COVID things. I just rinsed through it all. So it just happened like that. It's like, oh yeah, I have watched these like a dozen times. Otherwise, but looking at like just kind of going through a couple of things just to get footage for panels and things. So just for the sake of it, I thought I'll look at that. May I ask for one final thing? And I can say, like, was there any instance in this which you got into a good proper fist fight with someone and then actually use those skills? It's like, no, not really. I think episode 1, which she just goes to town on all the nobles in the ballroom, is as good as it gets, and the rest of it is just like, there's too many of you. It's all fantasy assholes, and she's like, got power control, like time control magic, and never feels like any like excitement or anything out of it too. Yeah, it's kind of one of those cases. It almost feels like we're trying to like put my stuff in the way because she can end this in one punch. But it's not as entertaining as when One Punch Man does it. So
it could have been like the romantic like court intrigue of version of Mashal, where her solution is just to beat the shit out her way out of the problem. And I was just like, such good promise.
Yes. Yeah, other things we want to talk about next week. We'll add One Piece. I want you to praise me. We'll talk about that next week. And then I can't remember if no, it won't be that next week. It'll be the week after. There's the Pretty Cure crossover episode of Detective Conan. And I think the week after it's the Detective Conan crossover with Pretty Cure.
Right.
Better bone up.
Yes. Can we figure out what's going on in the Pretty Cure one? Possibly not.
That's one I've been to look into because it's when you start seeing the gifts, it's just like, oh, this is like one of like the kind of cut above Pretty Cures. Maybe this is one I should like look into actually. That's the way to kind of I found to parse that out after going through a few of the fun things. Yeah, these can be a bit like kind of all right, but it's not really what excites me about Pretty Cure.
Yeah, the fun thing is that they've redesigned the Conan characters to fit into their world on this Pretty Cure episode.
I was hoping it was going to be the other way around, and the Pretty Cure guys are going to find a dead body. Like
no, in the Conan episode, it's a jewel theft they get involved with. They
come on.
I saw somebody was saying I would love to know a fly on the wall of the conversation between Toei and TMS. Toei explaining how these girls cannot be involved in a murder.
The detectives, ain't they?
Unless the victim was a monster that was killed by a dive kick, we've got nothing to go on here.
I'd go for that as well. That sounds pretty good.
We've got 6-year-olds here who are constantly on crime scenes going around dead bodies.
They have done CSI, these small children. Not the small child that is actually like an old teenager, but like the actual children.
Radio, back next week. Ta-ra for now.
Look forward to it.
Let's just hit the right button.